taxpayers will incur about 1.1 billion shillings in the relocation of electricity infrastructure to pave way for the construction of the 27.1 kilometre long Nairobi Expressway. The 62 billion shilling project, which is expected to be completed in 3 years, runs between Mlolongo on Mombasa Road and James Gishuru Road. Victor Kiprop reports.
When the government announced that it was going to construct a 27.1 kilometers expressway through the heart of the city, it became immediately clear that making way for the multi-billion project was going to be a costly affair.
To enable this project to take place, to be implemented and to be operationalized, existing services have to move. Water services is one of them, and that's being done by the water companies. The petroleum lines is another one, to be done by the Kenya Pipeline Company. And of course, one of the heavy infrastructure along this line is the power lines. This is a very expensive exercise, going to cost about $1 billion Kenyan shillings.
Kenya Power says the entire relocation exercise is expected to be completed by November, but with more than 100 kilometers of power cables and 28 transformers expected to be moved. The key question is, how much of power supply interruption will this mean for consumers in the affected areas?
We are planning in advance to give alternative sources of power to the customers, so that in the event of removing the line, there will be minimal interruptions for the customers. In the case of the high voltage lines, we are using our liveline teams that were able to do those kind of relocations using the liveline teams, that there will be no need then to interrupt supplies to the customers.
In the past, Kenya Power has been on the spot for incidences where electricity poles have ended up right in the middle of a road or dangerously close to a multi-story building. The bigger concern for most Kenyans, however, remains the higher costs of power in the country, even as the electricity distributor seeks approval to increase prices by up to 20%.
Someday, Kenyans should be hopeful that, of course, the power, bills will come down at some point. However, this is a company. It has to run a business. It is co-owned by shareholders, government and other shareholders. They have made an investment. They would like to see the dividends, and therefore the company has to sell a commodity at a price that gives them a profit.
In the meantime, the transformers are coming down and big trees are being felled in the hope that the 62 billion shillings Chinese-funded elevated highway will solve Nairobi's heavy traffic problem. But don't forget that you will have to pay at least 300 shillings every time you use it, as financiers seek to recoup their funds in a toll system that they will operate for 27 years. Victor Kiprop, NTV.